In today's video, we're going to talk about knowledge base. So knowledge base is one of our most powerful features on TicketCord. It basically acts as a support agent that learns based on the information you provided. So let's get started and let's configure this. We have a new feature called recent guilds here, so we can quickly navigate to the server. In here, head over to AI features tab and toggle the master enable AI features button. After that, scroll down and go to knowledge base. This is the main page for knowledge base suggestions. Here you can control the source links, look at the feedback and analytics, and configure how knowledge base will actually respond and behave. If you click edit, and if you scroll down, here we can actually append a custom AI system prompt. We suggest not touching this unless you really know what you're doing. We have an internal system note already, which is what AI follows by default. But you can give it some personality here, tell it exactly what you can see in the example there. This example provides exactly what you should actually do with the prompt itself. If you scroll down, we can see source URL. Here we can add the website link, give it a name, and configure crawl page depth. We recommend keeping this on all pages if you're providing something like a Gitbook link, or if you want to be super specific on what you want to index from the Gitbook, you should provide different links and keep the crawl page on one, so it only indexes the exact link you gave it. Auto refresh, usually you should keep it on daily, weekly, or monthly, depending on how frequently you update the documentation itself. Robots.txt file is here by default, turned on. If you don't own a website itself where the documentation is hosted, it's good practice to keep this enabled to respect the website's preferences. But we're gonna keep it off for now. Down here we can see we have actually two configured sources. One of them leads to Next.js documentation and another one leads to the Next.js installation page. We can quickly disable or enable that documentation, reindex it, or delete it completely. And we can also configure individual refresh rates per documentation. In the AI settings tab, we also suggest leaving this on default settings because this provides the best balance and best quality. Overall, you could configure response style depending on how you want it. We again suggest leaving this on balance because we found this to be the most helpful mode. Confidence score should be turned off in production as well as source information, but in testing mode, we prefer this enabled so we can actually see what's happening in the back. You can see how confident the answer was. If your documentation is maybe not good enough and it needs some improvements, this is very helpful. In the behavior tab, we can configure the knowledge base behavior itself. So first option is stop on staff response. This feature should be turned off if you want it to be a little bit noisy and as helpful as possible. But if you enable this feature, the AI will completely back off if it sees that the staff is actually actively helping in that ticket. So it just provides a configuration how noisy the bot should be. This is basically what behavior settings are. The respond outside business hours only is a feature where if you enable it and you have business hours configured on the website, let's say you configure business hours from 8 AM to 4 PM. And while tickets are flowing in during business hours, the bot will completely back off and ignore them because it's within your business hours. But as soon as it steps 4 PM and 1 minute, this is outside business hours. This is where bot will automatically pick up any incoming ticket and questions and try to be as helpful as possible while you're actually offline. The feedback tab also provides some of the powerful features here. The vote buttons should always be enabled. This basically provides feedback to the bot, and if you scroll down, we can enable self-learning, which automatically uses the vote buttons and learns based on users' behavior. So when a bot answers to the question, it's going to have two buttons below it, helpful and not helpful. If we vote the answer was helpful, the suggestion itself, well, the answer itself will get boosted. It gets priority, it gets marked as a good quality answer. And this is how the bot will self-learn. And if you press it's not helpful, the bot will give you a selection of answers why that answer was not helpful. So you can actually tell it, oh, the answer was not helpful because this and that, and you will get a model where you can exactly explain what was wrong. We're going to get into that right now. So let's head over to Discord. Let's create a ticket. And in this ticket, I will ask a question. Now, the bot in the back is actually taking a question and running it through the chunks. And here we can see it already gave us a pretty good answer. It gave us the CLI command itself, and it gave us how to run the project, an exact link that the project will run on. This is correct, and it was actually very helpful. Right here we can see the source itself, because we left the source in there in the configuration. I'm gonna vote that this answer was actually helpful. And now if you head over to the website, if you scroll down, we can see analytics, and inside of this analytics, we can actually see how our knowledge base is performing. We can see the success rate is 100%, which indicates our knowledge base is good. We've received 3 thumbs up out of 3 answers, meaning 100% of the answers the bot gave were good, which is what you want to actually see. In the production, this will never be 100%. It's going to be lower, obviously. This is where self-learning comes in clutch, and we also recommend you keeping knowledge base setting to staff only, so only staff can vote on the buttons itself. This prevents people from falsely downvoting the answer and potentially ruining your source quality. So let's click that this answer was not helpful. Now what happens is we get a drop down as previously mentioned, and we can select what was actually wrong. This exact reason will be appended back to the AI and fed back to the source, so it can actually learn what was wrong with the answers and perform a better answer next time. So that's basically it from the knowledge base feature. We briefly touched upon it. There's a lot of configuration you can do with it, and it will be too in-depth if we went into it. This can be a 30-minute video going in-depth on these features. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.